Hey everyone, this is Alex or PolymomoTea, and today I have a video showing how to make this cute little DSLR camera out of polymer clay and resin. And it's mostly made out of resin, but it has some polymer clay details, and it has some magnets so the lenses are actually interchangeable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I show you how to make 3 different variations. So first we're going to make the templates. I'm taking a block of clay and I'm going to cut out a blocky L shape, and this will be for the body of the camera, and I'm just going to blend in the sharp corners. And then using my needle tool, I'm softening the corners a little bit more. For the camera lens and the little lens part, we're going to roll out a clay into a cylinder, and we're going to cut out a thin slice and then a huge cylinder. And we're going to place the thin circular slice onto the camera body. For the top part of the camera, I'm going to pinch out a little kind of rounded shape, like a pointy rounded shape on top. We're going to slice it off, and I'm just going to cut it so it's a little bit smaller and thinner. It just has to be kind of like a rectangular shape that we can blend onto the top of the camera. Here's the camera body, and once I finished that, I just baked it according to instructions and made 2 molds out of it. So I made the camera mold, and then I made the mold for the lens, which is just a fat cylinder. So to start, I'm going to add a small little bit of layer of resin into the little disc in the camera mold, and that's where I'm going to place my magnet, and this is going to let my lens be interchangeable. So once I have that in there, I'm going to let it set under the UV lamp. So next is to fill up the camera, so I decided to add some UV resin into a well and place a lot of glitters in there, and we're going to split this into 3 color combinations. And I decided to go for a cool theme because I like the cool colors a little bit better than the warm colors. And I'm just going to pour the resin into my camera mold until it's completely filled up. And I decided it looked a little bit empty, so I added some dried flowers into it as well. Once done, I took it out of the mold. For the lens, we're going to do another thin layer of UV resin and place a small magnet in the middle as well. You just got to be really careful that the magnets are actually attracting and not repelling each other. And I decided to give a purple lens for this part of the camera. So I added some star glitters along with some purple pigment and placed that into my lens mold and let that cure completely. And once fully cured, I took it out, and I had to make sure that my magnet didn't shift or flip over, or I didn't put it in wrong, so did a little magnetic test right here, and it sticks really well, so that means this one was a success. So for the little camera details, I'm going to take some different colors of pastel clays and roll it out flat. So I'm going to cut out a large rectangle for the screen. And then for the little viewfinder, I'm just putting a little hole in some clay and cutting out a small rectangle out of that. And I cut out smaller rectangles along with some dots of clay, and these will be the various buttons. And next I just super glued on the clay pieces onto my camera, and I just kind of based it off the DSLR I'm using to film right now, so it's a very simplified version. For the second camera, I decided to go for a watermelon theme, so I added red pigment to resin to make a red mixture, and I poured it halfway and let it cure. Then I added some watermelon seeds, which are just black pieces of clay shaped into teardrops. Let that cure and fill the rest with the red pigment mixture. And here's the camera fully cured. I really do like it how it's matte looking too, but we do give it a glaze later on. And I decided to add the clay details as well. I went for a light green and black themes to kind of stick with the watermelon. For the lens, I thought it'd be really cool if I did like a green kind of theme for like the watermelon rind. So I made two little mixtures of green resin. And I poured it into my mold in little layers and cured each layer at a time. So it looks like stripes almost. And then on the top layer, I added a little watermelon cane slice, just cause why not? So for the next one, I decided to go for a dessert theme, so I added some UV resin into the handle part of the camera, and I added these plastic sprinkles in there, and I arranged it so one side was all sprinkles and let that cure under the UV lamp. And then I added some UV resin with some white and yellow pigments to make like a cake batter mixture, and poured that into the remaining part of my mold and let that cure. And then I glued on my little details, and I decided to go for just a random pastel theme, so whatever colors I made previously. So for the lens part, we're gonna add a little glittery red mixture, and we're gonna kind of scrape that all around the sides of the mold, because we're gonna place on some strawberry cane slices in there and let that cure. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, like strawberry jello or something. And once cured, we're gonna fill the rest of the lens with our mixture. And then once completed, what we're gonna do is just glaze our cameras. And this is the first one I have, my glittery flowery one, which the flowers actually don't show that well from the front. And here's the second one, which is the watermelon themed one, and I think I like this one the best. And then you get to see our striped lens in action. And then for the third one, our cake batter mixture with sprinkles. And this one comes with our strawberry jelly lens. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comment section below which camera you liked best. Thank you!